Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Gravediggers. We've got our third Europa League game today. We're playing Bromby, and then we're also going to do a game in the league just because why not? We only did one game last time, and that's against Maroscat. So hopefully that'll be a nice, easy win because they are currently sat in 15th while we are in first. So we've got a couple of little bits of transfer news to look back on, and some pretty impressive run of results. So let's get going. Yeah, hi everyone, it's TJ here. Welcome back to the Gravediggers. We're here with Partizan Belgrade. And after disappointment last time out, which saw us get knocked out of the Champions League by PSV, we then had 3 draws in a row, 2 in the league. I don't even know where to start, really. 85th minute equaliser from Spartak Subotica. Incredibly frustrating result. A game in which we dominated, and then a long ball forward at the end got turned in with a pretty nice finish, I have to say, from Luka Bielovic. And then we played India, and Jovic missed a penalty. He scored one, missed one, and then Disic scored after a gift from our keeper Andrew, literally passed it straight out to him again. And then thankfully Delabasic, we thought, he saved the day. And then at 92nd minute equaliser. Incredibly frustrating, once again, a game in which we dominated. Just for an example, this is what I mean. 30 shots, 11 on target to their 4 and their respective 2. We then went 2-0 down to Sporting, and I'm thinking, oh, great. Playing Sporting again for a start, and they always seem to beat me. 2-0 up inside 10 minutes. I'm like, for heaven's sake. And we started a little bit more cautious maybe than we normally would, given the fact that last time we played them, they smashed us like 6-1. But we turned it round and managed to steal a 2-2 draw with Lomolina de Araujo scoring against his former club to get us a 2-2 draw in Lisbon. We then had a very frustrating game, so I've got a little bit of context for this one. So you'll see Christian Belic got sent off. This is the same Christian Belic who came to me asking for more game time. In his second start after that, he gets himself sent off. So that was incredibly frustrating, and then we went down in the 82nd minute, but thankfully Louis Barry off the bench scored twice in 5 minutes to get us the win. And since then we've not really looked back. You'll see we scored 6, 4, 5 and 4, so that's 25 goals in 5 games, so we're averaging 5 goals a game. And I think that's basically just these underlying numbers. Like these, okay, admittedly, 15 to 4, not quite the same as 30 to 4. But I think we're starting to reap the rewards of our strong attacking play, and are finally starting to score the goals to go along with it. So yeah, we have played Sporting, drew with them, 2-2, beat Slavia Prague 4-0, and now we've got Bromby. We also will be playing Stuttgart, Arsenal, Trabzon, and Mjällby and Austria Vienna, or Austria Wien if you want to be that way about it. And this is what the Europa League is currently looking like. So after 2 games, we're sat in 6th, which is a lovely place to be, with the teams that we've got to play. So we've got Trabzonspor, we've got Austria Vienna there, Austria Wien there. How am I missing Trabzon? Trabzon there. Arsenal are up here as well, I think, aren't they? Oh no, they're there. And Mjällby. Hopefully we should have enough about us to get through, really. In terms of the Champions League, Red Star beat PSV and lost to Spurs. So as much as they're our rivals, we need them to do well. And that is because if we just refresh where we're at, just to see if there's any change on this already. I don't know if it changes that dynamically. We are still scheduled to finish above Austria as it stands for next season, which is nice. But yeah, it's been going pretty well. I did mention we had some transfer news, and that was that finally Marko Ilic got his move. Almeria bid 1.9 mil for him, which is what we agreed to sell him for, and so he left. So it means that we are relying on Andrew, who unfortunately has been a little bit shaky lately, but Ilic had also not been great before he left. Greg Taylor also left to go to Nottingham Forest for something like 2.4 mil, and we had signed him on a free. He'd only been here for like 2 seasons. He played a couple of times in the Champions League this season. he didn't pull up any trees. He got 4 assists and 2 Player of the Match awards, and then we sold him for 2.4 mil, and I don't really think we can complain too much with that. Another sort of big outgoing one that I wasn't planning on doing was Mihajlo Petkovic. Basically, these 3 players that we sold, it came to like September the 1st or whatever it was. Our deadline date is much later than the rest of Europe. So we had a series of bids coming in for these players. And we made the decision to sell him 2.1 million for someone who, was basically free profit, seemed a bit too good to turn down. And then we also had Stojkovic, who you may remember we signed on a free. He left to go to Le Havre. And yes, we did spend some of that money. We brought in this guy from, I think it was from Guimarães, Vitória de Guimarães. Where's he gone? Jose, I'm going to say Mikael. I feel like it's too much to be Michael, personally. Another Portuguese centre-half to go alongside with Guillem Gaspar. And you might think, but he's Portuguese, you can't register him. Yes, but he's good. He looks good. So, yeah. I also signed this guy from Dinamo Bucuresti, Raul Walter, a Romanian attacking midfielder who I hope I can either turn into a decent sort of sitting midfielder, or if needs be, we can, if we end up adapting our formation, he can sit into that. And he's joining for 1.9 mil. He's only 17. He's staying on loan at Bucharest for the rest of the season. He looks brilliant. He looks fantastic. Looks really, really good for his age. And then we've also sent our scouts out to try and find us some youngsters, and they did actually find us some. Is it going to find? Let me show them completed. Found me some in like Argentina and stuff like that. And where are they? Is it going to? Yeah, it found me quite a lot in Argentina and Brazil. Some of them I really like the look of, like this guy Diego Barbero and Jose Maria, but they're worth quite a lot of money, so we'll have to see if we can get them in. Obviously, they're kind of not young enough to be able to necessarily develop into homegrown players at this stage, but we'll just have to see. But that leads us nicely into the Bromby game. So this is the team we're going to pick for the Bromby game. Oh, ignore Matej Stashevic, he's on the bench. As you can see, just from here, if we just highlight Mr. Niksa Delabasic, 22 goals in 18 appearances. His little mini blip, I guess we call it that, where he didn't score for a few games, has proved to literally just be that. He has just not stopped scoring in the last 5 games. He's had 2 hat-tricks, 2 braces, and just a singular goal against Radnički Niš. He has been seriously impressive. Louis Barry also in with a shout. Kenan Yildiz, Lomonina de Araujo still going strong, weighing in with 8 assists, 4 goals. Onyek Buli also playing really well. Alexic has been playing really, really well. I think we're probably going to play Onyek Buli today, actually. And where is Alexic? Is he back? He was carrying a bit of an injury. He's back. And Wako's going to start. Ristic is coming back from an injury. We're going to give him some chance to get some minutes. Jovic and Jokic on the left-hand side with Rogan supporting Ristic, and then Monome and Gaspar with Amwako, as we said, sitting in front of them. And I think that's the team we go for. So this is a big game for us, I would say. It's a game I expect us to win. I could be being very, very disingenuous to Bromby, but I would expect us to win. And it would give us a massive, massive boost in terms of our trying to get through automatically through to the Europa League without having to go to any stupid playoff rounds. That's a terrible start. That's a really terrible, terrible start. That's the thing, I am finding a little bit of an element of risk with this tactic and having the wing backs, especially when we're playing people like Jokic or even Kostic sometimes. They're not always quick enough to recover. And I keep forgetting to change this properly. Basically, when I had a half-back, I used to get in this tactic, I used to get the full-back, the centre-half to drift a little bit wider, to sort of sit either side of that half-back. And since I've stopped using a half-back, I keep forgetting to change it before the game. Is that Karai Gunter? Yes, it is. This is pretty terrible. And that's a red card. I don't even want to look. Ristic, you absolute idiot. Can Jovic not even... Oh, he's just sitting behind. Just have to leave it at that. That's really knackered us now. Absolutely knackered us, that has. We've not really looked like creating anything of note apart from that one chance where Jovic hit the bar. Oh my word, come on, do something better than that. Thank you, Onyebuli. That's 2-0. This is shambolic. I think he was onside. Yeah, I knew he was. We're going a little bit risky, which might be stupid, but we're bringing on Kostic. We're going to play as a complete wing back, and we're changing Topic to Metzalis. We've got both our midfielders hopefully drifting out wider, and we brought on Barry and Yildiz. And we really just look like doing nothing in this game. Oh no. He is right-footed though. Okay. Bring on Alexic as well. Yeah, no, that's a terrible pass. This is a great result for Bombay. I really thought we would have won this. Just given how we played up to now, I just didn't think... I thought we'd come up against stronger opposition. Barry's in. He should have scored. He really should have scored. But if we can keep structuring moves like that... Nice. Nice. That's a pen. Pen. That's a definite penalty. I've never seen these not get given. And this hopefully puts us in with a shout. I just don't know who's going to take it. Oof. Is it Barry? It's Barry. Come on, Louis. You numpty. Absolute moron. Oh yeah, I have a chance to get back in the game. Just don't take it. This game could not have gone any worse. Ristic sent off. Missed penalty. He's in. Oh, and he gets it in by hook and by crook, as they say. It took about... I think a deflection off the keeper and off the defender to get there. Lovely ball from Marco. Great run bursting through by Barry, and it got there anyway, who cares? And that's 2-1. Can we get a second? Probably not. There's not going to be enough time. No. Livid. And now we've got a game against Mladoscat in the league, and we're rotating a little bit after the game in the week. We're going to bring in Yildiz in on the left-hand side because Jovic is suspended after too many yellows. Lomolino de Araujo come in on the right-hand side, and then we're going to re-rotate it out. the tired Topic and Onyegbuli, and brought in Lukic and Alexic, Belic in as the number 6, Mihailovic on the right, Ilic and Zivanovic in at centre-half with Kostic in at left-back, and Delabasic will carry on playing up front for now. But we have got some options on the bench if needed. And you know what? We will put Alcalde in there. And that might be it for now. Yeah, I think that'll be it for now. Johansson is actually happy to stay at the club now. He withdrew his transfer request, so he's been quite happy to stay, and he's done quite well for us since he's come back into the fold. If we look at his recent numbers, he's had 2 goals in the league and a couple of assists, so he's doing all right for us, to be fair to him. This is the league at the moment. Let me just submit this team so it doesn't mess everything up. We are first. We've got a game in hand over the teams around us. And Red Star are really struggling, which is lovely to see when it comes to the league side of things, because we want them as far away from us as possible. But yeah, I'm still very annoyed against that Bromby game. I know we weren't playing great, but when we actually made the changes in the second half, we obviously started creating a lot more. So I do wonder if Ristic hadn't been sent off, would we have got that? Would we have turned it round? Because I feel like we were creating the chances. And look like we're creating the chances here against Maroscat, but nothing highlight worthy, which is very frustrating. Anything we need to be worried about here? No, I don't want to look at the opposition again now. This is terrible. Oh, here we go. It's the bar. Wonderful. That was boring. I thrashed my arms at half time. I said that wasn't good enough. And it wasn't. These are 15th. We've got to be getting the win here. I know we've just played in Europe in the week, but there's been quite a substantial rotation for the squad, so everyone has no excuse, for being tired or whatever. Lovely ball. Here comes Lukic. Oh, it doesn't. Lomolino, Delabasic, back to Belic. Why is he shooting? But yeah, I'm quite happy to sell Belic now. I've had enough of him. He's like, oh, why aren't you playing me? It's like, well, you're not as good as anyone else who plays instead of you. And then, well, he did just play a lovely pass to Delabasic, to be fair to him. But then when I did bring him in, he then went and got himself sent off, and we nearly lost the game. So I would have no issues cashing in on him if the right bid came forward, although that was a lovely ball. Kostic feeds around for Alexic. Come on. Let's get another one. No. Lovely touch. Wrong choice of cross, though. Wrong choice of cross. It was a lovely touch, but wrong choice of cross. I just really want a second goal. I just know we can be a little bit leaky at times. Kostic hits like the inside of the frame of the goal. How does he do that and it not go in? Nice. That's garbage. What is that? What is that? Great defending from Ilic. At least we stopped that from being tapped in. This is a great run from Yildiz. Deserved a goal. I'm going to make some subs. So we just made 2 subs. We brought on Johansson for De Araujo, and we brought on Vukcevic for Ilic because he was on a yellow card. So we've got a very young sort of centre-half pairing. Both of them were like 18, I think. Johansson cuts inside, drives forward. Now, I think that's a perfectly legitimate tackle. So I'm just expecting this to be given as a corner. They literally look like there was nothing wrong with that. Should be no penalty. It's been given as a penalty. I genuinely thought he just got the ball. But we won't complain because Lukic has the chance to make it 2-0, scores the second goal of the game from the spot this time. And that should put the game to bed. Sends the keeper the wrong way. Lovely stuff. Final few changes. Stashevic is in. Ristic can come on. Assuming as he's going to be short of a bit of game time in the Europa League. Stashevic plays it forward. Here's Ristic. Is that tipped onto the bar? Nice. Kenan Yildiz is really starting to find his groove in a Partizan shirt. We do have an option to buy him as well, which I will probably take up. But the post, I don't know how many times today. Vojvodina are winning. They are our closest rivals. That should be away. Those back two have done very well today. Lukic gets his hat-trick. I think he was offside. I think there's about 3 of them offside. Either that or they've all just timed their runs really well. He's onside. So he's got a hat-trick. Fair play to him. I need to see this. Surely we'll get the offside lines in a second. Who was playing them on? Because honestly, it looked like there was about 3 of them off. So Ristic is offside. But they all just then beat the trap, do they? Fair play. He beat it perfectly. Ristic left it. Stashevic is injured. He's just going to have to wait. There's only 5 seconds left. It looks like Maros Gatov literally had 1 shot all game and it wasn't even on target. I literally thought we were going to get a 4th then. In case you're wondering what you can hear, that's just one of my cats has just walked in and decided to announce himself to the world. That's 3-0, we'll take that. A lovely little bounce back result. So that means at the halfway stage for us, we've just played our 15th game. We are still top, 2 points clear with a game in hand over Vojvodina and 6 points clear of Čučeritsky in 3rd with Red Star, 11 points behind us in 4th. Our next league game, I think, is actually against Red Star. Yeah, so if we can basically do what we did to them the first time round, that should hopefully kick them out of the race. And then we've got Stuttgart, Arsenal, Trabzon, Mjällby and Austria Vienna. I'll potentially bring it back for the Arsenal game. I'll see where I'm at. I will see where I'm at. Otherwise, go on. We'll bring it back for Vojvodina and Arsenal. So we've got 4 games between now and then we'll have Mjällby and Austria. If that's okay with everyone. Like Arsenal's, it's quite a big game to play really. And this is what the table looks like in the Champions League at the moment. We're currently sat Champions League, wishful thinking, Europa League. We're 18th. We've got a lot of catching up to do, so we need to get a win against Stuttgart, who are flying high with 3 wins from 3. Who have they played? They played Lens, Mjällby, and who else? Slavia Prague. Okay. I think it's kind of fair that they've won all those games. You'd expect them to. So we need to turn up and do a job and get a win. Massive, massive win. I hope you've enjoyed the episode, everyone. I wanted to try and do 2 games after just doing the 1 game last time and a quick rundown on the transfers. I'm conscious sometimes I feel like I waffle too much. I always apologise for waffling and I'm doing it now. So I didn't want to sort of be chatting away for too long and taking up your precious time. So I hope you have enjoyed it, and take care, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.